Logic is another situation where proof gets a chance to breathe, But in the empirical sciences, there is no such thing as proof properly speaking. In fact, what we have is the convergence of evidence that warrants various degrees of confidence in our theories. And in some theories, there's so much evidence that we call it a scientific fact, basically. So
Mm.
evolution is a good example of that. The existence of gravity is often cited as a phenomenon of this kind. And what proof means is, as I said, that sort of the establishment of something beyond any doubt. Evolution could still turn out to be wrong. Gravity could turn out to be something radically different to what we think it is. Obviously, there's some phenomenon that results in attraction, but what that is and whether that's what it looks like to us now, I think is far more open. Not to say
Right.
that I doubt either of these theories, just that in practice, what we have is an extreme warrant, a supreme level of confidence in these theories because they fit so well with the data. And part of the reason they fit so well with the data, and this I think is what we're doing when we experimentally evaluate a theory or a hypothesis, is we often talk about, and predictions. I think predictions are something you get when the theory is already very sophisticated, basically, and mathematical formalism helps a lot with that. But oftentimes, when we have just a primitive sort of idea of an abductive hypothesis about something, what we really do is we sort of ask ourselves, well, what would we expect to observe in the relevant domain on the basis of the theory? And does what we observe line up with what we expect? So we project expectations from the structure of the theory and then compare that to the empirical observations. And then if that works out, like if that sort of lines up and then we go, oh, this is good, then the theory starts to receive more attention and more development, and that sort of there's a gradual progression there that leads to what we then end up calling predictions, which are actually very precise expectations, basically, like very specific,
Yeah.
like for instance, that an eclipse will happen on the 11th of May, 2045, and it'll last this long. And that's what I would call a prediction.